creatives. This is Beth at Artist Star. I'm here at the gallery today to do a reading with a new spread that I've come up with. And I hope you like it and will like and subscribe to hear more. We're going to be using the Myss Archetype cards and seeing how we're going to be able to bring together the light and shadow attributes. Pick the artist card to start with, seemed appropriate. And I've already laid out the cards of truth. This is the light on a star spread. It is the pretty much describing the question, the present situation, the situation that's coming up next, what you should do about it, what's going against you, what's going for you, and the final outcome. So let's just get started and see how this goes. This is the first time I've been doing this with this spread, so keep my fingers crossed. I haven't used the Lenormand card decks much. I've just started getting into those. They're really interesting because they're picture stories, right? So they're very self-explanatory. You don't really get into all of the symbolicness of them. So I use those to tell whether it's a person, place, or thing. They're very clear, and something about the place of the person or the thing. Very, what you see is what you get. Very pictorial. So let's get started and see about first the light on the star. I just love that I pulled the 8 of diamonds right out of the batch first thing, because it is actually a self-validating card. It's about your skills and concrete abilities that in these being self-validated. It is a great card. If you haven't seen the Andy Warhol video that I did, then go and check that out, because he is an 8 of diamonds, and there really wasn't anybody that I could say for an artist that was famous that was more self-validating than he was. So it's very cool that this had to pop up, because you've got that great reference to begin with. So first off, the artist card and the light attributes is all about expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. The shadow attributes here say using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Yeah, not great there, is it? But, I think we all find ourselves in those positions every once in a while, or maybe you've been there and gotten yourself out of it. Maybe not. Maybe it revisits from time to time. Who knows? But we are going to find out today, hopefully, some information on how to bring that light and shadow a little bit closer to explore and pull the thread on, as I like to say. So back to the 8 of diamonds here. This is Rahu position in the Cards of Truth birth chart. So Rahu is all about going into the matrix of yourself and exploring. Ernest Wellham, the inventor for this Cards of Truth birth chart system, calls it the jungle. So you go and explore the jungle of yourself. It's uncomfortable to do that, of course, but you do it, you brave it, you go in, you figure something out, you see something, you explore it, and then you can come back and bring it back to your safe place, which is K2, the south node, which are the 9s. So it's interesting that the 9s finish out here, back in a safe position. But we're going to talk a little bit about the 8 of diamonds, because the thing about the 8s, lots of things about the 8s, but it comes to maturation around the age of 42, or at age 42. This is for all of the suits. And it is about being self-fulfilled, sufficient, and self-validating. It's your individuality through bravery and courage to, as I was saying, explore that self, that life's matrix, to discover your truth. It's taking a risk, and in this case, it's taking a risk in your skills and your abilities and all of those concrete things that artists put in their toolboxes. All right, so think about the Eight of Diamonds. Let me just check my notes here. And oh, right, yes, I did want to say as well that it is the Hanged Man energy, which in the tarot, the Hangman is all about introspection. It is a timeout card to meditate and explore. So again, really nice that that is right here in this first position of exploring the question. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one, and this is the present situation. It is the Queen of Diamonds, which is another great card, very strong, very it's a mother card, and it is a Neptune energy. It's an earth energy, so it's grounded, it is smart, it's a sustenance card for yourself and for other people, places and things, if you will. It is self-assurance, it's hardworking. All of the queens are competent and, again, concrete in that value of placing a value. It's sparkly and powerful, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful card in this position. This is regarding the present situation. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, it's it's that time to collect the prize card when you get it in a spread. It's powerful, and giving the surrounding cards can indicate just how stable and concrete the rest of the spread here is, which looks pretty darn concrete to me. It's a pretty solid spread, and we'll get to the rest of the cards in a minute. And once I go through the rest of these, then we will see if we can find out some more with the Lenormand cards. So then into the near future card. This is pretty interesting for me because I have to tell you that I am a 7 of clubs. So it's pretty cool that this showed up for me. It's almost a reading for myself. This is my Sun card. This is my Uranus card. So, it's, I don't know. Maybe that's the way we were supposed to start this journey out, because I definitely have looked at my light and shadow attributes, gone into that matrix jungle, and yes, out for the better for it. So the 7 of Clubs is an interesting card to get in the near future regarding the question, because 7s are all about searching, finding the answer to things. It's an intellectual pursuit card, so always seeking knowledge, always wanting to connect spiritually. 7 is a great spiritual number. So I'm not going to go into that here. You probably already know a lot of that anyway, such as the 7 chakras, the 7 days of the week, and it goes on and on and on. So yes, I am connected very spiritually to what I am doing in this life and creating this safe place for artists to be. And yeah, so the 7 of Clubs, this is all about not being in a victim mode. It's interesting because as a 7 of Clubs and a giver, it's so easy to put yourself there when you give too much. So there's some guarding against that, but there's also a beautiful thing that happens when you pull yourself out of that and you as the old saying goes. Put the mask on yourself first, the oxygen mask on first, so that you can help others. So when you start really taking care of yourself as much as you take care of others, treating yourself as well and expecting that treatment back, well, the sooner you do that, the sooner better off you'll be. Yeah. All right, so enough about the Seven of Clubs. So yes, intellectual pursuit. Enough said. And then we go into what's not working for you. So this is an interesting card here because, as I said, this is the Uranus card in the Seven of Clubs, cards of truth birth chart. But there's a lot of Two of Spades that are about connecting with something that is a cure or the remedy for something that's going on. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be you holding yourself back, or it can be you in a situation where you're being held back. So we'll explore this a little more with the Lenormand cards, but I'm going to be very interested to see where this one goes, where this one takes us. So that's working against us, and this one is working for us. This is the Eight of Clubs. Interesting that we have the 7, the 8, and the 9. So the Eight of Clubs, again, is intellectual pursuits. It is again about the North Node. It's again about being self-fulfilled, self-validated, finding your individuality with discovering all of your truth in that matrix of the jungle of self, right? The Hanged Man. This is the black card. So this one is chariot energy. And what I say about the Chariot card is it's the rodeo card for me. It is you at the helm of your chariot, and you're finding the balance. You're maneuvering really well through life, and you understand exactly what it is you need to do. Love the 8s for that. And again, it is an interesting place for an artist to go because it is going into the matrix again, not for so much your concrete skills and abilities and to find value, but this is the intellectual pursuit card. So this is going to be about getting more knowledge, more skills, more upping your game, if you will. So the final outcome, I love this, is the 9 of Clubs. So this is the most spiritual, 9s are the most spiritual that you can get. This is Ketu energy. This is the opposite of the Rahu, the North Node. So this indicates the South Node. This is your safe place. This is where you like to come back to contemplate all of that exploration of the matrix. So I'm so happy that this is the conclusion, right? Oh, so nice. So it is the Hermit in the black cards. And the Hermit, as you know, is the one that's got the lantern and shining the way for yourself as far as knowing the beginning of the path. So whatever delving in here that we're going to find out with the Lenormand cards where we're going to end up in a very, very sweet, interesting place to be. So I decided when I was doing this spread to be more spontaneous with the Lenormand cards. And the way I do this is I'm not going to take a jumper. I'm just going to spread these out in my hand and choose what feels right. I close my eyes when I do it, and I just feel the energy of it. And I'm just going to pick 3 for each card, and we will turn them over and decide. We'll read ourselves a little story. So let's get 3 cards for the Eight of Diamonds, please. And I'm new to the reading of the Lenormand cards, so we're going to try this out today. All right, so the next card is this one. This is the present situation. Then we're going to go to the next situation happening in the near future. And then we're going to go to the card of what we should be doing and currently not doing. I'm just gonna put them down the way they're coming out here. That one's a little backwards, but that's okay. And then we're gonna look at what goes against. What is that remedy or cure that we need with that Two of Spades? Then what goes for? What intellectual knowledge are we seeking in that being so very self-validated and not stuck in the perpetrator and or protector mode? And now, what safe place? I'm going to do this in the right direction here. Although the cards of truth always go from right to left. Almost everything's backwards there. It's great for me. I'm lefty, so I kind of think that way. All right, so let's have a look. This should be fun. All right, so we've got the ship. That means going on a journey, literally. It's got little sayings on here, so I'll just read them. It's a ship carrying gold, sails straight into view. Lined in its hold are fortunes for you. If you should travel with a special friend, memories unfurl for years upon end. Very nice. Then we have the cross. Now this is a commitment card, but it's also, well, it does say here, suffering increases when the cross is near, but burdens can lift if you persevere. So it is near. It's near the question card, so it's not going to be an easy process going into the jungle. And then we have the crossroads, and it is also a diamond card. I should mention that. Now the crossroads are all about choosing wisely. So when you're in that hangman's, that the Eight of Diamonds relate to, in that contemplation, that self-imposed contemplation, seeking into the matrix, you're going to have to choose a path. You're going to see maybe some choices there to delve into. Maybe you need to keep a notebook handy so that you can come back to the others, so you don't forget which ones are your choices. Pursue one today, pursue another in the near future. So let's go to that and see about the present situation, that Queen of Diamonds. Oh, very interesting to get the Myss. This is about someone or something trying to take something from you. They steal your pleasure. They are, basically stealing something from you. And so let's find out what's next. Okay, so we have the gentleman. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is the clouds. So it's fuzzy thinking. We've got fuzzy thinking here around someone taking something from us. And now we have the lady. And this particular deck has two gentlemen and two ladies, just in case, because they're so literal. They literally mean someone that identifies as a male or masculine, and they definitely mean someone who identifies as a feminine energy. So it's telling us a story here that we're a little fuzzy thinking in our Queen of Diamonds, and as the feminine energy here, and that we're either cheating ourselves or someone is cheating. Some feminine figure is literally cheating us, and we're not seeing it, which is unusual for the Queen of Diamonds. She usually sees all. It's one of the luckiest cards that you can have as a birth card. So very interesting that that's fuzzy. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the near future. That's 7 of clubs. We've got the heart, so this is something that's going to be meaning something to us, clearly. We've got the bear, which is an authority figure, so it could be your boss, it could be a mentor, it could be your partner, anyone that you feel that exerts some kind of strength and energy around you that you find, well, from time to time, emotional and difficult to deal with. And then we've got the sun. So the sun is a really nice card to get. I love this card. This card it says, the sun is warm and brightens the day. Good luck has begun to come your way. The closer your location, you bask in sweet bliss. Energy abounds in summer's radiant kiss. So I think you're going to be okay through it. You know, it's the near future. So this one's all about the emotional love that you can have for yourself, and it's a great place to start for a 7 of clubs, as I was saying earlier, that putting the oxygen mask on yourself. And don't forget that this is a 9, right? 8, no, this is a 10 of clubs. So yeah, if you know a 10 of clubs, lots of them out there, great people, great birth card to have as well. Very popular card. Lots of artists are 10 of clubs. But this one is in a position where it's between the heart and all of that sweet bliss. So there might be someone standing in your way that is that bear, that brawny and bold, and it can also mean your financial position. So you should be aware of that and not to spend your resources, and to be very careful who you give your wisdom and care to. Make sure it is as much getting as giving, basically here. Great 3 cards for the 7 of clubs. Okay, let's see what we should be doing and you're not doing, or we are not doing. So we've got the mountain. This is a really difficult journey ahead. It's not going to be easy. Then we have the tower, and this one is, it can literally mean a place, but it can also mean a tower of strength. And then we have the house. So it's going to be a journey, perhaps even to a physical place that's not going to be that easy to get to. This is the 8 of clubs here, which, you know, takes us back up to what's working for us. And we've got the 6 of spades here, which is, if you're looking at the cards of truth, it's a very, very healthy card to get. But it is about being grounded, as I'm reading here, grounded in your strength, and a strength that is pure. And especially when troubles come around, weakness may come, problems that abound, but you must overcome. So it's finding that new value, that concrete pursuit of your skills, and thinking and talking at the same time here. Very 7 of clubs thing to do. And the house. This is a beautiful house. It bestows stability upon your fate. In love and play, Your chance to win depends on how you first begin. Oh, that's beautiful. Because yes, we do need to contemplate. We do need to understand that about ourselves. Whatever it is we're taking into the matrix, whatever road or pursuit that we attribute, or one of those things that we're really feeling needs to be addressed and looked at. Yeah, okay, so let's find out about that Two of Spades. Very curious here. All right, so now we have the Gentleman. So that is a masculine energy. Then we have the Birch Rod. This is all about, again, not an easy journey. And we have the Lady. Oh, very interesting here. So it's telling me that there is someone standing in the way. You can see they're both looking in opposite directions. There's a masculine energy, there's a feminine energy, and they're trying to work out a remedy or a cure, but they're not really working on it together. This is really a sad place that it's happening from. Interesting. Interesting in that I would say that someone is holding you back, right? We were looking at that down here. And either or, I mean, if you're identifying as a masculine, it's definitely a different opinion on how to get over, through, or past whatever it is that's there between the two of you, as well as if you're identifying as a feminine, there is a masculine energy that is standing in the way. So this is Birch Rod brings strife to what should be bliss. To husband and wife, all has gone amiss. Prepare for sorrows that dampen the day, begotten of quarrels that bring much dismay. So, yeah, that needing to rail against the machine. Well, I guess that answered our question as to who, what, where, and how. Yeah, well, that is a big one to try to get through a relationship. Yep. All right, well, let's see what works for us here. Child, love that one. It's so sweet. It's so... Oh, and this one, the Stork, that's a good one too. Can literally mean someone with long legs. And the Dog, man's best friend, loyal companion. Well, that's really sweet. All right, so there's a childlike nature. This is going for you, whichever one you're identifying with. And it's great because the Stork is literally embracing a kindness, a new friendship that will last. So it could be a friendship with yourself, being this Eight of Clubs. So perhaps coming to a conclusion isn't really the point. Maybe it's just fruitless quarreling about something that is keeping you from exploring the matrix, because you definitely have some stuck energy over there with that, not feeling quite comfortable. And here, that it is a tough journey to get around this mountain. It's an obstacle that you need to overcome. So, and you need to do it with courage and persistence. And as we all know, in these studying the light and shadow attributes, it's always about yourself. It's rarely about someone else. You know, you're looking outside yourself when you got to be looking inside yourself. So whatever this quarrel is about is telling you more about you than it is about them. So maybe that's the crossroads to the path to take. Yes, but this is the dog card. So this is a loyal trust. It's rewards and rewards with loyalty and joy. So that childlike wonder, that's going to get you there. Be loyal to yourself, to your child innocence. You're looking for that. Don't go in with a heavy heart. Go in with a light heart and a curiosity. And that going in is here in the stork. It says, a stork in flight promises delight. A stork in range signals change. Progress heals pain, drawn from the past. Embrace kindness, and new friendships will last. Oh yes, friendship with yourself. Very, very nice. Okay, well, let's see what our K2 beautiful place is going to be. Oh, the garden. And the stars. And a letter. Very cool. So where do we end up here? The garden. Now this is a place where you can enjoy life, where you're surrounded by nature and it's beautiful and peaceful. It sounds like the perfect place to go to do a deep meditation. Well, if you know of a garden or a place in the wild that you can go and just sit for a while, contemplate that hangman energy, find that concrete value. This, yes, I have a lovely walk in the woods here where I live, and you can go for miles and miles, which is exactly what I did this morning. I went for about a 4-mile walk through a very beautiful wooded wonderland. Lovely out there. Rejuvenating. And then we have the stars. So this says, shining stars brighten the sky, bodes joy from afar where happiness lies. In starlight, dreams come true. Hope is in sight, success is in view. Oh, how sweet is that? And then we have the letter. This surprise letter from a place remote brings good news from a friend who wrote. In the words portend a stormy sky, sadness will soon much intensify. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't remember that part on the letter. I just thought it was sort of a message from somewhere. You know, it could be a happy or sad. And it doesn't look like it's in a sad position, so I think I'm going to read that more or less because it's the 7 of spades, and in the cards of truth, that is a volatile card to get. That is also very spiritual, yes, but it is more of being in the remedy or the cure for a mental or physical issue that's going on, right? A challenge for you. So perhaps before you get to this really lovely knowledge about yourself, it's probably going to hurt a little bit. You know, it often does. You have to go a little dark to get a little light. And that kind of tells me that that's what's going to happen here. Well, that's a beautiful spread. That was really fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading it. And look forward to next time.